Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here. My name is Holly. I'm a psychic medium and an energy reader. And yes, I'm still not 100%, but I'm so much better. And so onward we go, right? So, whew, I still get a little winded, but I am feeling less swollen and bloated. And I am, your body knows when it needs to purge things out in whatever way that happens, as gross as that is. And, okay, so enough about that. So let's get on to the reading. I promised a surprise today. So I have two new decks. One I bought months ago, but it just never felt like the right time to use it. It's one I'm not familiar with, and it's about, it's called Wild Wisdom Australia, and it has to do with all the wildlife of Australia, much of which I have no clue about, as I am clearly very American. And in the current climate, I feel like I always have to apologize for that. But things will change. We will get back to who we are. Yes. Perhaps sooner than what we realize. Okay, I hope so. Okay. The other deck, but I love that. My bucket list is to visit Australia and New Zealand. And then I have been to Canada once in my youth, and I loved it there. It is everything everybody ever says it is. But a little baby. But I have a lot of little babies, and so here's one of them. Actually, they're all seniors and full of hairballs, but that's okay. Gosh, I'm just rambling today. I'm feeling more like myself, even though I sound awful. Second deck. I finally got it. The Cowgirls and Aliens. I wanted something empowering. So we are going to look at empowering cards today. Yay! Us. We have to, if we don't live our lives, we can't expect anyone to live it for us. We have to live our lives. Now that leads me to the vibe. I was drawn to the Roses mug. And I thought, ooh, are we going to have a spirit today? Do we have a spirit that needs to move on? And I don't know. But, they want me to talk about the hair. I think it has to do with hair. This is a form of moving on. When people cut their hair, and I know it doesn't look even, it's actually because it is a little shorter, and I have to get rid of the scragglies that I missed. But last night, I didn't cut it off really short, but I cut off about 1 inch all around the bottom. And I felt better when I did. I had a cousin who, older woman, she was much older than me. Still a cousin, you know. I know that's weird, but so she once, we were talking, and when she lost her husband, she cut all her hair off. And she looked at me and said, I know that's tradition, but don't do it. It never grows back the right way. But whenever I've gone through a grieving period or a loss, and yesterday I thought it was interesting that the message was about mourning. Come on, little baby. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sweet girl. And so instinctively, I didn't even think about it, but instinctively I went and I just chopped off 1 inch of the bottom of my hair. And I feel different. Your memories grow out in your hair. And it's very symbolic. And so it's, anyway, there you go. So if you feel the need to cut your hair, I always have bangs because I have an enormous, giant forehead. I showed it to everybody. I really did that. So I call it my Cro-Magnon forehead. I know if you guys, I have probably lost so many people who just were channel surfing right now, but this is for us. This is a community. And so I feel like the roses are not for an actual spirit that is moving on, but when we are in a place of evolving. And this week, astrologically, from what I understand, we've got one heck of a week ahead of us. All right, so cheers and be well, and I'm wishing all of you strength. Like, and the roses, I believe the vibe for the message. And thank you, Spirit, for getting me back on track. I'm kind of distracted today. When am I not? Right? Yeah. But anyway, so the vibe is letting go is often necessary to open more opportunities, and very often other people want to let go too, even when they have trouble admitting it to themselves. Mm. All right, so let's put that right there. Now, let's get into the messages. Tell you what, let's do that one last, the Cowgirls and Aliens. And then I also pulled out my older deck that I love, the Divine Feminine. And it's a whole bunch of empowering women with their stories and messages too. Now, that does not mean this is not for men. I absolutely do not, that just because I'm female, that's what I identify with and resonate with. And it's just those are my experiences. That's what I know. So, but men, please, we all have masculine and feminine within us. We all have a blending of those two worlds, because if we didn't, we'd probably be a mess and unable to function in life. And I think some of the people who do have the biggest problems are the ones who don't understand that it's good to embrace the yin and the yang of our beings. So if you are a male, absolutely take what resonates from these decks. Just take the message. Okay. Now let's look, and I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see this. Okay. So this is the Wild Wisdom Australia. Okay. Comes with a cool guidebook. All right. It's all in black and white. Now, I haven't really worked with this deck or studied a lot. I've shuffled through it and pulled cards, and I have no idea what any of these little animal beings are, so not many of them anyway. Kookaburra, I do know that one. When I was a kid, I used to sing a song all the time, and it was Kookaburra Sits in the Old Country. Well, I won't sing at you because it's really gravelly and sounds even worse than normal. All right, so anyway, let's get to it. What is the message for the collective today, and what is the message? What animal wants to speak to us? I'm hearing take this one off the top. All right. And they're kind of big cards, and they have really pretty images. All right, this is my pronunciation's going to be awful. Guldian finch. Oh, we have little finches here that are yellow, and it's one of my favorite birds. All right. That is a color. Look at the color on that. Wow. If you know anything about this bird, let me know. Optimism. Hey. You know what this bird reminds me of? Cotopaxi makes a line of backpacks, and I've been looking at a lot of them, and they're incredibly colorful. But anyway, it reminds me of that. So maybe there's travel involved after all. All right, so I'm looking at the face on this optimism. Look to the sky. Look up. You will find your way. Thank you, Spirit. I just ask Spirit to take over. So when all seems that it's at a loss, it really isn't. It may be the very guiding and pushing force to make you move forward into a expanded sense of self and reality. Remember who you are and remember your optimism. That's the message of this card. That's what I'm picking up psychically. And don't be afraid of those words. Don't be afraid of using the word psychic, medium, whatever applies. A lot of people are, even though they're full on, that's what they are, but they really are afraid of using that word. So, and I get it. It's a big, scary word sometimes, and people look at you weird, but you know what? People look at you weird just because they want to anyway. All right, Cowgirls and Aliens, come on, let's get to it. All right, so big, cool guidebook. Color. All right, full color images. In this, look, it's you can't really tell, but it's an iridescent, it's an opalescent binding, or not binding, edging. All right, so let's get to it. What is the message? What is the message for the collective today? And the reading starts in earnest now. I think the Australian Animal card deck was excuse me, a continuation of the energy and vibe for the Thursday reading. All right, right here. Leave it right here. Okay. All right. Here we go. What is the message? Let me move my microphone for a minute because I have a feeling that you're hearing nothing but shuffling right now. Hold on. All right. What is the message for the collective? That one came out. Okay, I don't know what it is yet. What is the message for the collective today? What is the message for the collective today, please? When the collective sees this, if it resonates with any of them. Okay, this one's stuck on my hand. All right, what is the message for the collective? I feel like we need, not yet. We need to look at these first. Okay. Ooh, the Highwayman. That's an enticing looking card, isn't it? I am determined and I will keep trying. Heck yeah. She is not going to give in. When you have a sense of hope, when you have a sense of optimism, and when you have faith and belief that you can do whatever you need to do. When you give up, that is when things really, truly crumble around you. Interesting juxtaposition here. This card is the Sheriff. I will stand up for what's right. So don't back down. And she can stand up for what's right, sitting back with her feet kicked back. No one's going to challenge that. Now, when you look at these two, you have a highwayman, which is basically a robber. And then you have the sheriff, the two. They seem like they're on polar ends, but actually it's the same energy. It is that same dogged energy. This one is on the move and ready to take action. This one is like, I'm going to do what's right. Spirit, take over. Oh, this is when I need to get the third card. Okay, so we need to get a third card to clarify what that means. Is this for more than one person? Well, they're saying it's a general reading, but they're saying it's always for more than one person. But they want me to take this one, the one on the bottom. The engineer. I will make time for myself to focus without distractions. All right. And notice she's got 4 arms. Are you multitasking or thinking you're multitasking? There really is no such thing. You can only do one thing at a time, but you do multiple things in a succession really quickly. So it feels like you're multitasking. You might. Now, I know it's weird to think 2 thoughts at the same time, but it's almost like, I think that's what people call, and I was never diagnosed and I don't have ADHD, but a lot of people see it as a superpower because you can very quickly think ahead. And sometimes I will drop letters or words or because I'm already thinking of the next sentence. So I think that might be a form of it. I don't know. But it keeps you very active and the gears and the wheels in your head keep going. What this is saying and what I'm here, because my ear is just, I feel like I've got a megaphone on my ear right now. Do not allow yourself to be distracted. You work too hard. You do too much. You have too many irons in the fire to be distracted. Okay. Now, that was a side note for someone. It may not even be part of this reading. It is tangentially, I think. I'll leave that there. All right. All right. So what do we need to know about the Highwayman and the Sheriff card? What do we need to know? I don't think we're going to get it from this deck, though. Okay. All right. So let's put that there. And then, I like that there. Okay, they want me to use a Lenormand, but not that one. They want me to use this one. It's the Siren's Song. This is a combination of Lenormand and Kipper. So that's why it's a little thicker. It's a nice tiny size, though. These cards tend to be a little smaller anyway, I think. I have one deck that's really big, but usually these will almost always be smaller. And they're read slightly differently than, than regular tarot. They're still a type of divination card, though. All right. What is the clarification? I understand what the engineer is about, but okay, and this went flying out. All right, card 13, child. And it's an octopus child. All right, why that's significant, why I'm laughing. Yeah, maybe it is related. If you feel like you're doing too much, you probably are. Pull back, settle, focus, and relax. Keep your optimism. Never give up. Do what's right. Do what's right for you, because when you do what's right for you, it actually, if you look at it, is probably right for others too. Could I get more clarification, please? The marriage card. Sometimes you have to understand. I don't feel like that. I feel like that means union, but not union necessarily in the form of a marriage unless you are marrying yourself. I have very often, and it doesn't have to be really, get a pretty cubic zirconia or something, lab created stone. They're beautiful. And you can get some that look really real. Yeah, so really real looking. And it saves the planet, and people. So anyway, but I have very often gotten things that have very special significance for me, but maybe it cost $20. Found a good deal online. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it means coming into union with yourself. When you sacrifice who you are, coming into union, being all parts of who you are is of critical importance. Did I get that right? It could be a marriage for someone, though. It could be that you could be meeting someone. Aha, change. I think that's it for some of you. Because for some of you, it's about not overdoing, not overgiving, not overtaxing yourself. But for others, and so that means coming into union and blending yourself. Not letting all your energy leach out. However, for some of you, there really is someone coming in. And it's going to be good, and it's going to be abundant, and there's going to be a lot of it. Whatever it is, there's change. You're at the end of a cycle. That's card 9. You're at the end of a cycle, getting ready to start a new one. Well, astrologically, we are too. All right, all right. So I think, all right, they want me to they want me to wrap this up because we got 2 readings going here. There are 2 readings. Maybe that's why we also have such a dichotomy here. This one is this is sort of the combination card, the one that blends both of these storylines. The marriage card. First, you have the highwayman and change. So you will not lose your optimism. You will not lose your fire. You will not lose your drive. You will keep pursuing. Because this is a very action-based card. Then you have the sheriff, feet up, saying, hey, I don't have to sweat anything because I know what I'm doing and I'm doing what's right. This change card, coming to the end of a cycle, I do believe fits with the highwayman because you are not giving up. You are blending your worlds. You are coming into union with yourself. In a way, this is the same reading, but it could be construed as 2. When you come into union with yourself, that's when you can kick back, relax, stop overextending. Stop multitasking, or what you think of as multitasking. And that's when your real abundance starts. That's one way to look at it. Another way to look at this is that you are... thank you. Thankfully, this did not move down into my lungs. It's all up here, so it's all bronchial for me. Got it. All right. This is an exciting read, though. I like it when there are 2 readings blended in. It's kind of like with mediumship when you get a piggybacking reading. This can be incredibly hard to sort out because the piggybacking spirit that's talking with the other one, it's like you get confused. You're like, well, wait a minute. Why does some of this information apply, but not all of it? And you realize I've got 2 spirits here, but they're very similar in their message. So I feel like that could, and that's the roses too. So that could be of significance for someone. There could be a piggybacking message in here. Whew. This is what happens when I don't read for a couple of days. Not the windedness, but too many messages want to come in. All right. That's cool. That's great. I love it. I love it. All right. We got to slow this down, though. Please sort out the readings so they make sense. They've got to make sense. Let's start with this one. You are on the move and you have drive and passion. You are coming to the end of a cycle. There could be a new situation or person coming into your life. This is the warning. You got to stop overdoing it. Let yourself heal. And I heard that word. I was going to say let yourself be, but I heard the word heal. So I'm taking the message for the heal part. I think a whole lot of us could do with that. Someone in the comments they said they hope it's not going around. I think this is just my crappy immune system, and where I got it, that person has a crappy immune system too. So the difference is that I paid attention and I got treated early. All right. The sheriff. And I take care of myself. I work my butt off to take care of myself, y'all. You have no. All right, the sheriff. That part of this is that things are going to slow down because you're doing what's right. Whew. Okay, I may have to wrap this one up. I think I'm talking too much. I'm getting really winded. All right, let's do one more card to round this out then. Give me a conclusion for both storylines, or not stories, the reading. Let's call it what it is. The bear, card 15. All right, the bear. It's a polar bear. Polar bears for me, any like a snow leopard, a polar bear, any of those kind of animals, I interpret as emotional healing rather than a brown bear or a leopard or a tiger or anything in that vein. I interpret as physical healing. This is an emotional healing. Give yourself time to rest. The sheriff already did that. The highwayman is still on go, go, go mode. The engineer and the child have learned that if they keep overextending, whether it's emotionally, physically, energetically, that could be for a whole lot of you. I think we are very, very alike in this community. Slow down and heal. You can be a right fighter for the cause of right. And you could do what's right and not have to run the first step or mile, not even walk the first step. All right, so that's the message. All right. Sorry, this one got cut a little short. I was getting into that. But I have got to... So for some of you, it's about healing. For some of you, and stepping back and pulling your energy back. For some of you, it's about holding on to that optimism, because I do feel like this card, this change card, an end of a cycle, I really believe it is a new adventure starting. It is either a person, a situation, or just a new time period in your life. So, be well, take care. I'm sending you my love and gratitude. You can do whatever you want to do. And you've got to remember, no one's going to live your life for you. Live your life, okay? And let go of the past. It's a specter. It's not even a real ghost. It's a mirage. Don't let it hurt you. All right, I'm sending love and gratitude to you. Thank you, and we will talk tomorrow.